little jab cut, backdoor cut, layup.
That's the last time out for Mississippi State. Oklahoma in front by 5. You look ahead for the Sooners. Here at LNC on Wednesday night, number 17 Kentucky rolls in next Saturday. They're on the road to take on number 24 Ole Miss in Oxford. Then they get 15th ranked Missouri at home, and they finish off the regular season in Austin against the Texas Longhorns. We currently have 5 wins in the SEC. This is the kind of Saturday you're in for right here on the SEC Network. Pretty good day.
Ooh.
Ole Miss and Vandy coming up at 2:30 Central Time. You got Florida and LSU tonight at 6 Eastern, 5 Central, and then we'll finish it up tonight in Columbia, South Carolina. The Texas Longhorns and the South Carolina Gamecocks. You see the next 2 games on the SEC Network there, or streaming on the ESPN app as well.
Got 2 teams in Ole Miss and Vandy fighting just like these 2 teams are here in Norman. Fighting for that seed, fighting for that positioning. And then after that, again, interested to see LSU tonight at home. Florida's awesome, but they got a little mojo going, got a little confidence going maybe for the first time in weeks to see if they can get a little something going at home.
"50 seconds remaining. Oklahoma in front by 5.
Make your free throws. Don't turn the ball over if you're Oklahoma. Make your free throws. Don't turn the ball over.
Kobe Elvis inbounding. And this time it's Oklahoma that takes a timeout. They have 1 timeout remaining. Only 1 game on the SEC women's basketball schedule on Monday night. It's number 2 Texas, led by Madison Booker, taking on Trinity Turner and the Georgia Bulldogs. That's at Stegman Coliseum in Athens. Coverage begins at 8 Eastern here on the SEC Network and the ESPN app. Porter Moser's team trying to snap a skid. 5 straight losses for Oklahoma. It started with a loss on the road to Auburn, in Tennessee at home, in Missouri. The heartbreak last week here at Lloyd Noble Center for the game against LSU. And then lost earlier this week to the Florida Gators on the road, the number 2 team in the country.
Now, if it's me, I'm going to look to foul Elvis or Forsythe, because in conference play, Elvis has got 9 attempts, Forsythe 10. They're not used to being there in this situation.
Forsythe with the basketball. Mississippi State still trying for the steal, and then a foul on Kugel. And they fouled Duke Miles, who incredibly is back in this basketball game. He had a face plant going after a loose ball, and it appeared as if there were teeth that came out. So Duke Miles, the best free throw shooter on this Oklahoma team, 87.5%, steps to the stripe with 43 seconds to play. Dead center with the first.
And this one's big because it makes it a 3-possession game with no timeouts for Mississippi State.
Possession arrow favors the Bulldogs. All 3 of Duke Miles' points today have come from the free throw line. He misses the second. Clock running at 40 seconds. Kugel off a screen from Matthews, trying to get it into the hands of Josh Hubbard. Precious seconds ticking away for Mississippi State. Claudell Harris contested 3 from the corner. Claudell Harris knocks out the 3, and it makes it a 3-point game, under 30 to play. And a timeout taken by Oklahoma, their final. What a shot by Claudell Harris Jr. from the corner. That's his 3rd 3 of the game. He's now in double figures. Did it with Dayton Forsythe's hand in his face.
And again, can you finish the game? Can you get the ball in bounds? And again, you see them, they are so intent on nothing from Hubbard that again, Forsythe's got to be there. You got to give up the two. You got to try to keep that guy from even catching. That's a freshman mistake. I know in the middle of the game, you're going to want to play the drive, crowd the floor and all that. But when you got a two-possession game with 2 threes, you're up 6. You cannot give up a 3 to probably the best shooter on the floor for Mississippi State.
And clearly Oklahoma's primary defensive focus is on Josh Hubbard.
Absolutely.
Mississippi State has had some other guys that have stepped up, trying to come back from this deficit late in the ball game.
You're exactly right, Richard. The last 10 minutes, I think Hubbard had all but one of their threes, 4 of the 5 threes made at about the 9:52 mark. Other guys have certainly stepped up, made shots down the stretch.
28.2 seconds remaining. Kobe Elvis will inbound for Oklahoma. Try to find somebody. He gets it into Forsythe, and they foul him. So Dayton Forsythe, an 87% free throw shooter, will go to the line for the Sooners.
Boy, they do not look comfortable taking this ball out of bounds. The guy passing it is waiting for them to be wide open. And again, I mean, you got to lead guys. You got to pass to where they're going to be. Guys in this situation against teams like Mississippi State, you're not going to come off that pick or that cut and just be wide open. So you got to throw it to a pocket. When he's open, you got to get it there.
Dayton Forsythe, who last night had his high school basketball number retired, has made 20 of 23, now 21 of 24 in Southeastern Conference play. And he hits 2 big ones right there.
You cannot give up a 3 if you're Oklahoma. Give up a layup, but don't give up a 3.
5-point game. Riley Kugel cut off into the corner. Claudell Harris for 3. No. Cameron Matthews with a rebound. Hubbard open up top. His 3 won't go. Kugel tip back won't go. Oklahoma gets the rebound and a foul on Mississippi State with 11.3 seconds to go. Sooner fans perhaps breathing a sigh of relief.
Well, boy, Richard, we talked, you cannot give up a 3, and they got 2 really good looks from Harris and Hubbard in the last 4 or 5 seconds of that possession, and Oklahoma was very fortunate that they both missed.
Claudell Harris from the corner. He had made his last 3 three-point attempts before that shot. And then Hubbard from straight on couldn't get it to go. So it's Jalen Moore at the line for Oklahoma. Makes the first. 18 points now for Jalen Moore. It's a 6-point game with 11.3 seconds to play.
How prophetic was Chris Jans last night when we were talking to him? It looked like he was looking like a guy who had just lost 2 games. But what did he say, Richard? Desperate.
Missed the second. Riley Kugel gives it off. Matthews going to try a 3. Couldn't bank it in. Forsythe with the rebound, and Oklahoma's losing streak comes to an end. After 5 straight losses, the team that Joe Lunardi has as the first team out gets a massive quad 1 win at home against Mississippi State.
They needed it desperately. You got to win your home games. They came out with passion. They came out with pop, and they got the W. Great win, great coaching by the Porter Moser and the Oklahoma Sooners.
The freshman Jeremiah Fears leads the way with 27 points and 10 assists. The veteran Jalen Moore, 18 points, including a big free throw at the end. Oklahoma wins it 93-87 for Joe Klein and our entire crew. I'm Richard Cross. Let's send you to Nashville.
Yeah.